Well, I guess the layoffs are gonna keep getting worse. The United States Airlines has just announced that they're laying off 36,000 employees, which is nearly half of its U.S. staff, and the clearest signal yet of how deeply the virus outbreak is hurting the airline industry. Now, if you like what I'm going to talk about, make sure to hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel. The outlook for recovery in air travel has dimmed in just the past 2 weeks as infection rates rise in much of the U.S. and some states impose new quarantine requirements. The United officials said Wednesday that they still hope to limit the number of October layoffs by offering early retirement, and that the 36,000 number of employees is a worst case scenario. The notices being sent to employees this month are meant to comply with the 60-day warning ahead of the mass job cuts. The furloughs would include 15,000 flight attendants, 11,000 customer service and gate agents, 5,500 maintenance workers, and 2,250 pilots. The United Airlines projected furlough numbers are a gut punch, but they are also the most honest assessment we've seen on the state of the industry, said Sarah Nelson, who's a president of the Association of Flight Attendants. This crisis dwarfs all others in the aviation history, and there's no end in sight. If the United carries through on the notices, furloughs would take effect basically shortly after October 1st. United can't lay off workers before then, as a condition of the $5 billion in federal payroll, and it began receiving this spring. The flight attendants union and other airline labor groups are lobbying Congress to approve another $25 billion in payroll aid to protect jobs due next March, but a senior United executive expressed doubt that Congress would approve the spending in an election year. We do not feel like we can count on additional government support to survive, said the official, who spoke to reporters on condition of anonymity. The United executive said that the notices covered 45% of the airline's U.S. staff. Another 1,300 management and support staff will be laid off on October 1st. The company said, including international employees. United has a workforce of about 95,000 employees. Air travel plunged about 95% from March 1st until mid-April, then began a slow recovery. The number of U.S. air travelers around the July 4th weekend was the highest since mid-March, but was still down about 70% from a year ago. In recent weeks, the number of new reported cases of COVID-19 has roughly doubled to about 50,000 a day. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Chicago have announced that people arriving from states with high infection rates will have to quarantine, putting up a new roadblock to travel. United's traffic at its hub in Newark, New Jersey, has slumped more deeply than the rest of its network since those quarantine rules were announced. The executives of other airlines have predicted their companies will be much smaller with fewer employees in October. Delta Airlines recently told employees that it will send layoff notices to about 14,000. That it's announcing about 16,500 layoffs of its employees. And like I said, it's just going to keep getting worse.